We are going to have our philo right now. So let me give the disclaimer. If you're not interested in anything but 24-hour live stock market news and trades brought to you by Carl's Jr., I almost said Stream Alerts, then you're not going to want to be here. We do this for personal development success. We think it helps a lot of us. Shout out to the people who have benefited off of it. I like to share this with you guys. This is the stuff that I like to share. Even today's philo, it's more for me. I'll speak that with you guys. So we like it. We like to focus on business. We like to, we were even talking about trading and some other stuff earlier today. It led into talks like this, goals. I don't know, man. Call it what you want. But this is what we like, we enjoy. We see the benefit and value. So if you don't like religious concepts, you don't like anything, personal development, anything of that nature, you're not going to like this. So the best tip of success is never be in a place you don't want to be. We will truly end up, we are where we are because we want to be there to some way, shape, or form. So I'm not trying to mislead you, not trying to force anything on you, giving you the opportunity to make that conscious decision. Do you want to stay here or not? Simple as that. I hope you do. I hope you benefit from it. If you feel like you have to tell other people you're going to leave, we're going to ban you. It's unnecessary, and it's just highlighting your insecurity about it. So, that being said, I hope you guys are ready. For my people who love the philo, I got something for you. I got a little I'm just going to share stories with you. Can I share stories with you? Can I just share some things with you? Honestly, I just have a few things to share today, and one of them is going to lead into a potential. We could have a fun philo tomorrow with philosophical concepts that we discuss. You guys know how I do it with the philos. Sometimes I'll pull out the econ. Sometimes we'll pull out lateral thinking. We'll pull out some games. I have a game for you that we could carry this into if no other important things come up leading into tomorrow. Apple's ripping right now. So it's crazy. But today I'm going to share something with you. And I'm going to share I just want to talk. I want to talk about other people's stories. I want to talk about my story a little bit. And I think I think there's a reason why it happened. Again, kind of like the homeless guy. I always think there's a reason why. Maybe that's my problem. Maybe you find what you're looking for, seeking ye shall find. You know what I'm saying? But this one's for me, to be honest with you. Part of it. The second part, I'll tell you when it's about me. But usually I give you guys these, and honestly, pray for me. All of you out there, I love it. All my believers, even if you don't believe in anything, just send me some good vibes. I like it. I enjoy it. But I was thinking about so many things this weekend, and why I'm even saying that. It's not. I always appreciate. Some people, they say pray for me. Some people are like, what's wrong? No. It's just more along the lines of like, I'll catch myself thinking about other people, and it's just kind of more like a slap in the face, like wake your ass up. You got to focus on yourself at times, and this was something for me, and even in a sense where it's not only just focus on yourself, but more so in the realm of. I was like, why do I want to talk about this on philo? That's what I was saying. I was thinking about this yesterday, and I was like, I want to talk about this on the philo, but I was like, why do I want to talk about it? I was like, maybe because I want to talk about it more than I want to do it, probably. That's what I realized. I was like, maybe I need to do it. I need to actually focus. So I was like, this is for me. This philo is for me. You may get something out of it. The second part is, at least. So keep that in mind. We're going to get to that. The first thing is another reminder. And remember I keep giving you guys these damn reminders all the time. And it's funny because I couldn't shake it this weekend, bro. I did a lot of stuff, and I was just, from working out to not. But, like, I kept having, like, a weird level of flashback. Like, not in the sense, like, it wasn't like I was like tripping out, like, oh, God, this is crazy. It was just more like I would catch myself looking at something, and then I would be like, I remember seeing it, and then it would just take me back to a different point in my life, usually like 10 years ago. Even like, it wasn't even deja vu. Like, honestly, I was just looking, bro, I was looking over the mountains, and I just saw this road out of nowhere. It's just like, I don't know how I saw the road. I was like, damn. I remember, like, I was dead, bro. I was tired. My legs were sore from those quad. We were doing all those workouts, everything. But then I just catch myself sitting there, and I'm like, damn, like, I remember, like, during this time, I would be driving in a car on that road. I would be out there, and I'd be like, damn, like, it was different. Things were really, really, really different. And I was just like, I felt blessed. Like, honestly, it was one of those moments where I wanted to cry. But only in the sense, because I was like, damn, like, God is good. Like, it's just weird to think about. Like, I just put myself back in my shoes where I was like, what did I think was important at the time? Is like, it's crazy what I was stressing about over then. It's crazy what I thought was good and positive. It's crazy. And then I mean, honestly, a lot of us, you know, I just felt blessed to be able to have a little bit, you know, the fact that I could even reflect on it and look at it, I was just like, it's wild. But it kept happening. Like, it kept happening. And this is what I will tell you. Don't forget. I gave you that reminder, and it's funny. That's why maybe it clicks with everything, because I gave you that reminder, but I think it even just hit me a little bit later again, because I was remembering, but out of nowhere, it was weird. Oh, it was very, very weird. You know? It exactly. I feel like I arrived at the land of opportunity, but then I remember my struggle there. So this is where, now let me give you another story. It just kept coming up all weekend. That's all I kept seeing. All I kept seeing, I kept looking at, I kept going to places that I experienced very, very vividly at a different point in my life. And I didn't plan for this at all. And I just kept seeing other stuff. And then I would even like, didn't want to work on stuff. I would look at my phone. I'll look at this, and all these stories would come up. I don't know if it's the algorithm or what. And this was a story I heard. And this is something I think it applies to a lot of you guys. I even look back at my story at many times, like low key, honestly. It's just like, this is what it is. Some of you right now, this isn't for everybody. This philo isn't supposed to be about anybody but me even. this I haven't got to my part yet, but it's some of you guys are really in a dark place right now. And God bless you. I hope you know the cult has your back, and I there's nothing I could do. There's really not. All I could do is talk to you, dude. It really is. Because there's nothing nobody could have done for me when I was back in that spot. You know what I'm saying? If you're not, that's good. God bless you if you're not. You don't need to tell everybody you're not. That's fine. It's not about you. It's for some people who are. That's why I'm saying I know this. And maybe some of you may not be at the darkest place, whatever it may be, but some of you who are. If you can't find the light switch, God bless you. But eventually, you're going to see, but the key is not to quit. And that's why I'm giving you this reminder. This is why it stuck out to me, and I don't know. Maybe I think the world was giving me a little bit extra, because I don't know. I reflected on all this, and I just value it 10 times more. I just value every single step, every single failure, every single setback. Even in the times when I look down at that street, I look at a different street, a different car, different anything, different person. I'm like, damn, like, that really did mold and shape it to here. It's different now. But I'm bringing this up because I want you to know most breakthroughs are going to occur really at that cusp of where some people really, the point where you want to quit is where a lot of things are going to happen. Why I'm saying this, because I kept seeing these stories now. I kept seeing stories of basketball players, this, that, and then there was Steve Harvey. You guys ever heard of Steve Harvey? You know, have you ever heard of him? He's famous. He's a comedian. I think he put Tim Sykes on his show for a lot of money. But he was explaining it was like a really deep story. Yeah, Family Feud. Yeah, he was living in, I saw that. And I saw that one and a bunch of other stuff, but I like what he said. And it just reminded me so much of so many things. Yeah, he was a comedian. He was explaining he was down to $35. He was living in his car. And he was about to quit. And he said he was about to quit. He went to the payphone, had $35 left. He said he was going to call his dad. He said he was going to call his dad, say, Dad, I'm coming home. It's not going to work. You know, living out of his car. And then he said before he did that, he checked his voicemail. And then the voicemail, it said like he could perform at the Apollo if he could get to New York by Friday. And he's like, this Friday or not? And he's like, oh, I didn't know. And then he only had $35. So you know what I like this part that stuck out to me. He thought it was a sign. You guys, just how I take things as a sign sometimes. But he thought the wrong one. His sign was different. He said, well, damn, I have this job to go on TV. It could do what I wanted to do, but it's only this Friday, and I don't have any money. Maybe it's a sign I should quit, honestly. And that even then, I hope some of you guys know we've all been there. That's why I really started paying attention after that, because I was like, okay, sounds like a normal story, but I was like, damn, I feel heavy. And I know some of you will feel me. Some of you don't. And that's exactly who I'm talking to, because that's who it's for. If you feel me, you've gotten past that battle. You realize that, right? The ones who don't feel me are right there, and they're going to be faced with this decision, and now they're going to have to decide one time. You're going to have to decide after your first time you blow up your account, is that a sign of God telling you to stop? See what I'm saying? You're like, damn, I tried. I failed. Obviously, maybe this is a sign I should just go do something else. We've all felt that. If not, you probably haven't traded enough. So he didn't take it as he was going to take it as a sign and walk home with his tails between his legs. But then he got another voicemail and he checked it and it said, hey, if you can go make it here, you know, all this, we'll give you by Thursday to this part in Florida. I'll give you could get this job. And then he did good. Then he made more money. And then it allowed him to get this flight for $100 to New York. He made it in time. The Apollo, he did it. Everybody, then pretty much everybody got booed off except for him. And he went from going broke, living in a car, to all this. And it was great. But like I said, the point was, for me, it was the signs, almost quitting, and the fact that the real opportunity just hits you in the face right before you're about to quit. And again, or just not even quit, just like at dark moments, man. Like, for real. That's why I was like looking back at stuff and I just think of all the times in my life and I'm like, damn. It's crazy how opportunity hit there. Honestly. Dude, the whole world was going crazy in March, you guys. God bless all of you. I hope you realize you're blessed. We're all blessed. I know we are. Because everybody was going crazy. To think that we found an opportunity in that, are you kidding me? It's just, like I said, just remember the miracles. You know what I'm saying? It's easy to get. You know what I'm saying? It's easy. Oh, it's just this, it's that. It's easy to keep moving forward. But I'm just saying, opportunity is very, it's a friend of trouble, honestly. You see what I'm saying? It's like they show up together. But that's where the question, you're not, and I feel like opportunity, the real opportunity doesn't get, you know, it's always a real, like it's going to be a real risk, is what I'm saying. Like some of you, it shouldn't be like, it's like to the point where it's like, is this a sign I quit and go back home? Or I have no money and I have to keep going. It's extreme. Remember what I told you guys about faith? Remember faith? It's not real. That's something too. It's like it's not real faith until there's like a real, I can't see what's ahead of me. Do you guys understand that? Like honestly, let me give you another one. This is where the philosophy gets into me a little bit. This is where I started thinking about me, because I even started it. I told you the thing about faith. I said, you know, you haven't really seen faith until you've really needed faith. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like a real, like, we have different types of faith when we're in danger, trouble, something happened. You know what I'm saying? But it's the faith where it's like, damn, like, that's crazy. Like, honestly, like, you don't need faith for a long term after watching it for a year and then it works. You don't need faith. You've seen it work. You've heard Warren Buffett talk. You don't need faith for that, right? Maybe the first time, shout out all my OGs in here, the first time the crazy guy on the internet, only a couple hundred people were in here, and I'm trying to explain to you why you need to hold long term, and people are like, oh, it looks sad. It's small. You see what I'm saying? That needed faith. This weird guy calling it a cult, that it needed faith. Now, some people come in. I have a damn check mark on YouTube. You don't need that much faith anymore. Kind of weird. But now let's look about the challenges. That's the next part. And this is where I want it, because I'm not here to talk about success. I'm really not, in the sense of that. I'm here to talk about getting to the next level with this. That's what all of this is. That's why I'm telling you all this, because some people need to hear this. Some people need the first part. Some people need the part about me. I don't know, but it's all for me. So sorry about you. But it's about how to get better, how to really do better. Some of you, your biggest opportunity is right before you're going to quit right now, right here, right now. Somebody, at least one person. Some of you probably had that thought, and you probably had the idea that, damn, maybe this was a sign I should quit. Pretty wild. Then on the vice versa now, how do you get better? And this is what I was thinking of, because, sometimes you don't need real faith. And then I started looking at it, and I was like, I haven't really been tempted. I used to think I've dealt with a lot. It's easy to think I've dealt with a lot. I have gone through many things, but then I started putting things in real perspective. I experienced a lot at different times in my life, and I heard something from this from T.D. Jakes, and I loved it. And he's pretty much, most of you even in here, you haven't been tempted. Let's be real. What have you been tempted with? You can't be tempted. Pretty much, this is the phrase. You need power to do wrong, to a degree. Think about it. It's hard to get tempted if you are in a powerless position. You guys don't know? Think about it. You never overtraded your first $1,000 account. You know that, right? You never did. Never. You were like, okay, I'm going to listen. Okay, this is scary. It went up 20%. Should I take it? You do, So it's cute. It's cute. It's the cutest thing in the world. I love all of you. That's why I love you guys. It's great. It is awesome. I get to witness some of you on day one. God bless you. You're going to see what happens. I love to see it. But then, you know what happens? You hit a play. Then the buying power increases. Now the problem comes. Now you could get tempted. Do you see what I'm saying? Now you can get tempted. Now you have buying power. You literally have power, more than you had before. You can't get tempted with nothing. Think about it. You can't get tempted with nothing. If really some of you in positions, you're like, you don't have me, you're like, oh, it's like, no. It's like, what are you getting? You'll take whatever you can. I know I will. It's hard to have temptations when you don't really have too many options. That's why, do you know what people do? When they feel like they have nothing, and they you know how they get they don't get tempted to do wrong. They get tempted to get power to do wrong, because you need power to play into temptation. That's why when people feel like they have nothing, they have to steal power. They'll go get a gun. They'll go try to get information. You see what I'm saying? They'll try to force it. You need some level of power. Call it whatever you want. It's not just going to some level of power. That's why they'll put people down. Who knows? It's many, many ways people grab power. And we've talked about that. Some people it fascinates me. That's why I've never really been fascinated with power like that, in that sense. But a lot of people, you have to get power to really, if you want to do wrong right, you need power. Did you get that? To do wrong right, you need some power, some force. Otherwise, you're not even doing wrong the right way. Oh, y'all don't feel me, huh? That's too deep. Oh, man. No, they don't feel me. I don't think they get that one. I hope you do. Amen. God bless you if you do. So that's what I've been thinking with some of this stuff, and I was looking because I was like, I feel like I've done a lot, but I was like, man, for me now, I'm like, all of us, honestly, even for every single one of you, that's why it sucks. Maybe this is about me, but I encourage you to apply it to you. because there's so many different things. You know what I'm saying? So many different scenarios with all of us, but it's just like we've been changing through all of this. Me, myself, you've seen it. You've seen the channel, not to mention anything in my personal life, but same thing for you. Your viewership to the channel, your bank account, your trading account, your personal life. I don't know what goes on with you too. Isn't that kind of funny? But it's just, we don't know, but we're constantly getting more. At the very least, we're all walking away with knowledge. And you get more knowledge, now you're going to be tempted to do stuff. Honestly, you weren't tempted to do anything with taxes. And think about it, people who scam and stuff. That's why some people asked me about that with employment in the beginning. They weren't tempted to do wrong until they got more knowledge. You weren't tempted to overtrade till you got more money. You weren't tempted to blow your money on stupid shit till you had money to blow on stupid shit. It's very simple. And that's why I was like, damn, maybe the devil's been trying to trick me. Maybe that's why, I could teach people about stuff. I could do this. I've been through a lot. Again, especially at my age and this stuff, some of you are like, how do you know this? Clearly that there's a reason. But that's why I was like, maybe even then, I still have not really been tempted. So I need to keep my guard up. That's why I really started. I was like, maybe I need to reevaluate a lot of things. Because I do feel blessed. And I do look back, and I look back at all of it. And I look back every single time, and I'm like, maybe, just like what I told you 2 weeks ago. I was like, man, I got a lot more to learn. I already accepted that, and I got to keep reminding myself. But then I'm like, wait a minute. Well, the real temptation isn't here. I could say I believe in God. I could say I'm doing this, I'm doing that. And I have had stuff in my life. I've had nothing. I've had a lot, but even to the level as it keeps growing and getting bigger and bigger, we do more. Even then, I have more responsibility just with you guys than I ever had. That's it. Call it what you want. It doesn't matter whether I treat this seriously or not. I have thousands of people just looking at me. So I'm like, oh, shit. Think of it. I say one thing to you guys. Some people can take it like this. People take it like that. It's different. But that's what I'm saying. Maybe I haven't really seen a lot of stuff. Maybe this is where there's a lot more. And for all of you, keep your guard up. So now, you think I'm going to tell you that to scare you? Maybe I'm going to be like, okay, maybe I haven't been tempted. Maybe I need to work on getting better. That's why I love it. Because that's stupid for me to just tell you the problem without a solution. So, I love it. We've had this philo too. So then I got thinking, and again, God is good. He gave me what I needed at the right time. My favorite book, you know what book it is. It came right in front of me on the verse of the day, but I kept reading it. And it said, do something. Do something we always do, baby. Put on the armor. And it reminded me of the armor. And I read about the armor again. And I love it. And we had a whole philo on the armor. That's why I love you guys at just like the Watchlist. Where we get over the armor check, baby. All of you, man. Well, I'm gonna bring that philo back for you guys to remind you. We will, but I'm not gonna do it today. What I am gonna talk about is one part of the armor we usually miss. And I think it even reflects my attitude with some stuff. And that's why I'm like, I like it. I'm ready. The part of the armor I always missed, I would say helmet check, breastplate, chest, shield, belt, our shoes of peace, check. Amen. All of that. But we missed one part. It's funny. It's the sword. Honestly, you guys know that it's the sword. I'll tell you, I'm somebody about defense. My investment strategy, my conservative nature towards money and certain things, I'm a defensive person. Honestly, you guys don't see me clap at people for no reason. Most of the time, I just got good defense. That's it. I don't like to be the aggressor. You know, I just know how to take a punch. We got good defense. I've always been on the more defensive side of everything, low key. But then that's where I read it. And you know what the sword is? The sword of the armor is literally, that's why I'm like, damn, my answer even came from it. But the sword is the Bible. That's it. It says the Lord of the word of the Lord, the Bible. That is the sword. It's the word. You got the faith protects you from the devil, your helmet, you know, knowing you're saved. There's all those things. But now, how do you go on the attack? How do you get, if I'm like, okay, maybe you might get tempted. Wow, maybe you are growing and maybe you're changing. Maybe what do I do then? How do I go through this? Pick up the damn book. That's what hit me that's why I said this is for me, because I was like, I want to tell you this and I wanted to share this with you guys. This is what I went through. This is what it hit me, but more so, I was just like, no, like I could tell them this, but like it doesn't matter if you say this philo today or not. You need to access that weapon. That is what I need. We could take the hits all day. And then once we get past that level, that's fine. But if you're going to face a new battle, we're not getting put into this to do nothing. You need guidance. That's what I'm saying. It'd be awful to give you the problem without any solution. That the solution comes even in that. It's the sword is key. So I just said, I was like, I want to wield my sword a little differently. And I want to wield it even more. I already do. But I never viewed it as I viewed it as part of it, but I didn't, I'm more okay with playing defense. I don't want to use the sword. But I think I got to use the sword. At the very least, and this is what I'm saying for the people in the beginning. If it's getting difficult, and you got your armor on, I don't know what to do. See what I'm saying? You're backed in the corner getting your ass beat right now. Pull out your damn sword. That's it. You see what I'm saying? And that's what I'm saying. At any level, being there in any sort of, whether you're blessed or not blessed, whatever, though, that sword is there. And it's going to hit a little different for each and every one of you. But that's what it is. But that's what I'm saying. Some of you don't quit. Well, how do I not quit? Get your sword. That's how I get it. You have the armor on, and now you keep getting hit, and you think it's not going to be there. You want to maybe it's a sign I should quit if I keep getting beat up. No. Use the real sign. Get the sword out. See, go. Let it go. So that's what I got. And I said it was for me, and that's really what it was. And I'm like, damn. I've been using a lot of defense. I don't think I've really hit the sword too much. But now I'm excited. Because now I'm like, damn, if I haven't really faced the challenges that I thought I faced, and I'm about to face something bigger, and then I have to go through this, and I'm going to be doing this, and I know it's going to be difficult. Naturally, as a human, I needed more. You see what I'm saying? I'm like, well, damn, if I already went through that, I did all of this, I had that. I'm like, damn, I don't, what am I going to do with this? Like, I know I got enough, but damn, you know what I'm saying? I was getting a little worried. I said, maybe I don't, it could get a little, but I'm like, this whole time, right in front, it's like, dude, you got to that's what that next level is going to be for. And that's, you have your tool right there waiting for you. But some of us aren't wielding it. Simple as that. Or this is what I'm saying. I didn't want to tell this to you, telling it to you. I want to tell this to me because it doesn't matter if we talk about it. It doesn't matter what you know what I'm saying? Just like the gym. Some of you talk about the gym. You don't lift a damn weight. We could talk about the sword. You could tell other people to go get healthy. You could tell other people to go get their sword. You could tell other people to go run a lap. Whatever you want. What are you doing? That's who it's about. Otherwise, because it doesn't matter. My challenges will be different. My successes will be different. But I'm looking at it differently. But it's going to be for me. That's it. It's the same thing for you. So, there's that part. And I hope you're ready for all of you. Because as I'm saying, then don't quit. And please, if you thought it was a sign to quit, to this and that, you're in that corner, you're in that Steve Harvey spot, you're in a spot a lot of people have been. I will tell you right now, pull out the sword flail it around a little bit. Go ahead, just open it randomly, use it, and just see what happens. If it doesn't work, okay, then quit. Amen. There you go. Your sign will come. Otherwise, there's stuff not being utilized. Yeah, don't quit. I think it's right. It's right there. But now it's step by step in a way. There's a reason why. We just can't forget what we have and got to use it. So there's that. And then the final, again, weird weekend. Weird weekend. A lot of different stuff. I don't know why I keep doing it, dude. I keep listening to just old stuff. Like I listen to Stranger's Secret again. Like that's what I was saying. Like I don't want to flex on you guys. I don't. I really don't. That's why when the guy's like, "Oh, Josh, you need to go relax. I want you to enjoy this." It's like, dude, I'm absolutely living my best life right now. Like I'm even like, that's why I'm like, what are you doing? Like, why are you not reading Earl Nightingale? Like I have a lot of responsibilities, but I'm still like, there's these. It's just, do you value it or not? That's it. Like for real, the sword, the Bible, the philo, the intelligent investor, the fundamentals, all that. Do you value it or not? That's it. That's all it comes down to. But I was listening to it again, and man, it was just. This is the part we're going to talk about leading into tomorrow. Because this is, it's funny. Because this is what I was educated on. Formally. Logic. Literally. Philosophy is formal logic. I hope you guys know that. If then. And that's what we're going to talk about tomorrow. If we have time, nothing else comes up, I'm going to talk to you about that. Because there's something about how the world works. There's certain things logically that if this happens, then that will happen. Or maybe, that's why if a must. And that was the thing that stuck out to me. That's it. I just heard Earl Nightingale again. And he said something about the land and the seed and the mind and all of that. It keeps hitting me. I love it. And he says, the land doesn't care, but it must return. And my mind was blown that day again, after hearing something I've heard my whole life. Because I heard it as a word, but when I heard it, I don't know why, I was on the freeway, I was driving, and I was listening to it differently. Because that logic hit me. Because then it said it must happen. Logically, I'm going to show you this tomorrow, we'll get it, but anything where it's must, if you drop gravity, it must happen. Must. Shout out Must. I got my boy Must too. But must. You must. That's the logic of something that it's saying when a condition is met, this must occur. Must means nothing. There's no question about it. It has to happen without a doubt. It's inflexible. Otherwise, it would be a logical fallacy. There's no such thing as this must happen, then the condition is met, and then the must, it didn't happen. Then it wouldn't be must. That's it. It's very, very simple, and that's when I realized. You see it in the world. Go look at the whole world is just designed. It must return something. Everything returns something. That's it when it comes to seeds, humans, everything, all that. But it's explaining that. Just like the land. The land's job is designed to produce a return. This is where it starts getting crazy for me. Because then I'm like, damn. Then that's life. Then now we could get into money. And then you start viewing, anything that must produce a return. Then you start looking at it like an investment. Then it just starts getting weird. But that's the part we're going to talk about. And I want you guys to just understand something. Are you ready? Something must happen. So regardless of what you're doing, anything you're doing right now, anything in general, whether you make a decision or not, you have a good attitude or bad, something must happen and something must be returned from that. Do you guys get that? It is a bond. That's it. It's a literal bond. It's a fixed return. depending on what you know, it has to give something back. It's fixed income. It's crazy. Don't underestimate the power of must. It really stuck out to me because I just realized it's just logical. Now, at that point, it just changes the game when it's like, yeah, you see it in nature, but then there's a lot to it. But I'm not going to go too deep till we get over the logic, until we get into it. But understand something must happen. And a lot of it is what you're putting into it. And that's why you become what you think about, you reap what you sow, all of that. And that's why even today, the day before that, the big thing that I saw is just that it's, how do I put it? It's just attitude. That's what I saw. You know, even when I would get nostalgic and I would look back, obviously something had to happen. Something must have been returned. When I look back at my life and I see that situation, I'm reminiscing. I'm like, wow, something happened. It must have. But then what is the attitude? And attitude is key. I said it earlier today. I said attitude is so important. Honestly. That's why with some of you I've made a positive impact on you or a negative impact on you depending on my attitude. And then that could have been, obviously I could say it could be influenced by your attitude or not, but regardless, attitude is key. How I behaved back 5 years ago, 10 years ago, and what it led to, what must have happened based on those decisions, it's the attitude. So, you must return something. It must create a return. Everything you do in life, every thought, every action, all of that. So tell me what your attitude is to that. Knowing you're leaving seeds behind, and you're going to look back at it. But understand it must. And really, something is going to happen like we said. But all in all, I want you to use the sword. I want you to not forget. You're coming close to quitting. You got one more tool left. You feel like you've taken enough of a beating. You got one more tool left. You're right. Some of you needed to get beat up. You know that? So you would start fighting. You want me to say that again? Some of you needed to get beat up. So you would start fighting. Some of you keep getting a hit and you got to get pissed off enough maybe. You have all the armor on, everything. Maybe you got to get clocked a few times to get a little bit pissed off till you pull out that sword and say, okay, let's go now. Okay. Simple as that. Yeah. Oh, exactly. It's not last chance to pick up the sword. I don't know the last chance. That's why we laugh when people say that. It's funny how that works. Just like the catfish, yeah. But now you gotta go. Something you just gotta, that's it. You can pick up the sword whenever you want. That's fine, because it's not your last chance. Because you're either gonna quit or keep going forward. But have faith. Something must be produced. What's your attitude? So regardless of your attitude in that moment, if it's positive, you know that it's leading you to somewhere else. Some of you still got to learn how to take the beating before you could take out the sword. Some of you have learned how to take out the beating. You need to learn to use the sword. You see what I'm saying? So, I love you guys. I hope you keep all these reminders with you. A lot of nostalgia with different, that's what I was feeling, events. You guys are going to be good. I really hope you know that. And really embrace some of your situations where it's not perfect. It's not what you want. But it's a good list of ingredients. It's good soil. And when you have good soil, that's all it must do something. And what it must do depends on how you're going to approach it. Depends on the tools you're going to even utilize. Okay? So, That is your philo, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you guys are subscribed. We're live Monday through Friday, 30 minutes before open. Drop your thumbs up on the video. You're on mobile. Press high chat. X out the chat. Hit the thumbs up button. Second link for the Nightly Watchlist and main channel. First link for the Scream Alerts Bootcamp and Real Estate course. Follow me on Instagram at The Trading Fraternity.